Domo arigato, this project is going roboto. What does that mean? We're about to find out. Greetings, programs. So this week, since we're looking at how robots make art, I thought we might make some art about robots. We are going to be rolling a robot. So let's take a look at our supplies. We are going to need something to draw on. Any sort of paper or dry erase board will work. You're going to need something to draw with. I'm going to be using a normal number 2 pencil, but you could use crayons, you could use markers, dry erase markers, anything you've got. You are going to need the Roll a Robot matrix that I have attached to this assignment. I've printed mine out so that you can see what I'm doing a little easier, but you don't have to do that. You could just pull it up on your screen. As long as you can see it, you can do this assignment. You're going to need a die to roll. If you don't have a die, you could just type roll a die into Google and Google will roll a die for you, which is very, very handy. You're going to need something to color with. I will be using just some normal markers, but you could use crayons, you could use colored pencils, anything that's got color will work. Once you get your supplies, we could get started. Okay, so the first step in rolling a robot is going to be to take a look at our Roll a Robot matrix. I have printed mine out so it's a little easier for you to see what I'm doing, but you could just leave yours pulled up on your screen, that's fine. Just as long as you can see it, you should be able to do this project. You're also going to need to grab a die. If you don't have a die, that's okay. You could just type roll a die into Google and Google will roll one for you. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to roll for our body. So I'm going to take my die, shake it up, roll it, and I got a 3. That means that I'm going to go down the body column until I hit 3, and that's the one I'm going to be doing. Remember that I'm just doing this as an example. Make sure you roll your own robot, see what you come up with, see what the dice give you. It's always more fun that way. So what I'm doing here is I am just copying down the body type that we have on the sheet. I got this kind of triangular body, just like this, and then he's got a window in the middle of it, or a display or a control panel. Not sure what that is yet, but we'll find out. Alright, you'll notice that I am drawing very, very lightly so that if I make a mistake, I can erase. It's a very important step. Make sure you draw lightly. You can always make it darker, but it's much harder to make it lighter. Okay, so now that I have my body, my next step is to roll my head. So I'm going to go down the column, and I'm going to look at what this die gives me. And I rolled a 2. That means I'm going to go down the head column until I stop at 2, right there. I'm a head. I'm going to have a head like this on my picture. So let's see, I'm going to have a square head apparently. So we'll draw that on there. Looks like it flares a little bit at the top. And then it's got 3 antenna type lines on the top. And he's got some little ears on either side like this. Might add a neck as well, just so it's connected to the body. Okay, there's the head. Our next step is to add some arms. So I'm going to take my die again, roll it, roll it, roll it, and make sure it doesn't go off the table. I got a 5. So if I go down to arms column, right here, and I stop at 5, I'm going to end up with arms like this. These kind of like Lego person hands sticking out the sides. So we'll put those in there. Got these short little stubby arms like a T-Rex. There we go. All right, let's see what's next. I'm going to roll for some legs. So take my die, roll it, roll it, and I got another 5. All right, going down the leg column, stopping at number 5. I've got this single roller skate looking job, so we'll put that on there. Looks like this part's slightly curved on top, according to the picture. So we'll make that slightly curved. And add in all these wheels. Just a whole row of circles right here. And it looks like these circles have little dots in the middle. So I'm going to put those on there. There we go. There's my leg section. All right, now we start rolling for a face. So we're gonna look at our eyes, take our die, roll it, and I got another 5. Okay, 5 is apparently the number of the day. So we'll go down here. Oh, I've got these square eyes. Okay, let's put those on there. There we go, here's his eyes. And the last thing we need to roll is his mouth. So I'm going to take my die, roll it, roll it, roll it. Let's see if I can get something other than a 5. Hey, I got a 2. Okay. So I go down, get a row of squares for the mouth. So let's see here, he's got, keep saying squares, these are really rectangles. He's got 2 rectangles right here, and he's got some actual squares that kind of form a smile up on either side. There we go. Okay, so now that I've finished rolling this robot, I could start adding in any sort of extra details I might want. So I could add, you know, some buttons on his control panel here if I wanted. I could take this window and maybe add, I don't know, like a voice wave sort of thing. Something like that. You could add, let's see here, you can maybe add like part of his antenna. You can also add color, so you could take, you know, some markers or some crayons or some colored pencils and color this thing in. You could outline it so it's nice and bold. Really go for it and make this thing look awesome. And that's how you roll a robot. So after a bunch of coloring, here's my robot. But I want to see yours. So make sure you take a picture and post it to the class art gallery.